Tuchman's presence is a present.
Woo! I am a gift.
Yeah, and also
It's a present.
that's true, and we're also getting a little prezzy today as well. Markets are up.
Present. You know what? Let's look at what's going on. Let's look at the bigger picture. What? Oh, there. I'm supposed to look at the vase, though. I'm not supposed to look at the camera. Anyway, let's look at the last couple of days. Major crazy volatility. Well, what we saw on Friday was the employment number came out. We saw wage growth. Then there was a fear that it was going to be inflationary. Then we said the Fed may, with a new Fed president, we may see a little emotional speeding up of the raising of interest rate process. That would put pressure on equities. Then the memo thing on a Friday afternoon, and all that created this day of down 665. I'm not going with the 666 thing because it didn't close down.
It was close, though.
It was close. But close doesn't shoot the man off the horse. Anyway, close is not good enough. So that was Friday. Then you saw a lot of TV and headlines and people sitting at home over the weekend besides the Super Bowl watching all this and going, oh, my God, this is the first big sell side. We saw sort of a fragile last week altogether and then capped off by this big Friday superstorm, in my opinion. And so we thought, all right, so everyone's going, what's Monday going to bring? Is there going to be follow through on the sell side? Is this the top? Is this a bubble? La, la, la. Just a lot of chatter, in my opinion. We did see some sell side come through, a little follow through after the weekend, right? But then we saw a huge market rally, right? That morning we opened down 350. We actually ended up going positive within the first 15, 20 minutes of trading. Was that some guy covering a big short?
Dead cat bounce, sometimes they call it.
Dead cat bounce. Well, 370 points is no longer a dead cat. That's a pretty spry cat, in my opinion. Anyway,
He's a frisky cat.
He may have died later, but anyway. But what we've seen over the last couple of days since then, from my understanding, is we're building in a new bottom. We saw market trade down 300-400 early pre-market this morning, and now we're up 340. So what are we seeing? We're seeing the building of a bottom. Okay, and this new bottom is super tight. You know, people thought we were going to see another couple. I think we're going to see more volatility. I don't think we're going to see a lot of big downside. It feels like we've caught a bid. That's the terminology that markets use. When you've got this fear of big sell side, you've got markets down a couple thousand points over a couple of days, and then it stops. It's the triage. The bleeding has stopped for the time being. You know, let's be really clear that the fundamentals haven't changed. We did see a market. The odd part is we were up for 400 days and we were down for 3 days. And everybody kept focusing on the 3 days that we were down a few thousand points. The anomaly here is the fact that we've been up for the last year, 7,000 points. What's more significant is we're seeing huge reversals 2 days in a row now. We're back up to 25.3. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Now, listen, you say we caught a bid. Now, can this market catch feelings? Now are we vulnerable to geopolitical risk, of political risk?
You know, we're always vulnerable to headlines. You know, there's that great line from the original Wall Street movie where Martin Sheen says to Gordon Gekko, never get emotional about money, Gordon, right? So, you know, if you were the guy who sold when everyone else was selling, you made a mistake. Are we going to see a lot of volatility? Sure, because everyone's eyes have been open. We've sparked interest in people who were just sitting there riding this wave. Their 401ks became 501ks and 601ks, right? It's a matter of where our focus and interests lie. But at the end of the day, this is real. That I feels like we built in a bottom.
Cool. And Blue Horseshoe likes consumer and industrials today.
Up and industrials today for sure.
All right, cool. Well, you know, I'm definitely going to watch Wall Street later. Thank you so much.
Modern Wall Street ladies.